Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on geometry basics. There are many basic terms in geometry and we need to be familiar with them if we are to solve the many problems that we will meet throughout our schooling. The first one is the point. A point is used to mark a particular place on a page. It is the most basic concept in geometry and one of the most important. So we usually have a dot like that and a letter next to it. And the way we refer to it is we say point A. That's how we do it. We just say that this here is point A. A line. A line is a set of points which extends infinitely in two directions. So you see it extends in that direction and that direction there. And it just keeps going. A ray. A ray is a set of infinite points which extends infinitely in one direction. It has a starting point at one end. So here is the starting point here, and it extends infinitely in that direction as determined here by this arrow. That arrow tells us that it starts there and keeps going in that direction infinitely. An interval. An interval is a set of infinite points which has two definite endpoints. There's an endpoint there, and there's an endpoint there, and believe it or not, the set of points in between those two endpoints is infinite. Angles. An angle is formed when the endpoints of two rays meet at a common point. It is formed at the end where the two rays meet. So here's a ray here, and there's the end point of that ray. Here's another ray, and that's the end point of that ray. So those two rays meet there at that end point, and there's the angle there. See? That's what we mean by it's formed there. Okay, at the end where the two rays meet. And that's called the vertex. So that point that's there, that is called the vertex. The above angle can be named in a number of ways as follows. We can call it angle X, Y, Z. This little symbol here, that means angle. When you see that, just say the word angle. Angle X, Y, Z, angle Z, Y, X, or angle Y. Notice the Y is in the middle because that's where the angle is. And you can also call it angle Y, but let's look at this, something about this here. The first two methods are the most popular, so those two there are the ones we nearly always used. The third method is only used when there is no confusion. So when we're naming these angles here, we will not use the third method because there could be confusion. Let's look at the example. Name the four angles in the following diagram. Use only one method to name each angle. Okay, so here we have angle HEM. That's the first one. The second one is angle MEB. The third one is angle BEK. And the last one is angle KEH. There's no confusion when you use this method. The protractor. The instrument used for measuring angles is called a protractor. In simple terms, angles are measured in degrees. Protractors can measure in a clockwise and in an anti-clockwise direction for convenience. Angles are measured in degrees. The degree symbol is denoted by a small circle after the number at the top. Let's look at some examples. 1 degree denoted by a 1 with the little circle there. It's like a 0. 1 degree is 1/360th of a full revolution. In other words, in a full revolution, which is here, we have 360 degrees. It makes sense then in half a revolution, which looks exactly like the protractor, see? See that half revolution there? That looks like the protractor, and that's a straight angle which has 180 degrees. And finally, the right angle is 90 degrees. This is a very, very important angle. And as you go through your schooling, you'll actually see how very important this angle is. It's called a right angle, and it is 90 degrees.